A New York woman falls short in her efforts to gain freedom from a Peruvian jail. Good evening, I'm Erica Pearson, in tonight for Richard Rose. A court in Lima, Peru this evening found Lori Berenson guilty for a second time of collaborating with leftist rebels. The 31-year-old activist was given a life sentence in 1996 for conspiring with terrorists. She has maintained her innocence and was recently granted a new trial. The court today cleared Berenson of being an active rebel militant, but found her guilty of helping plot an attack on Peru's Congress. Berenson was sentenced tonight to 20 years in prison. Mother Nature made her presence felt tonight after a day of oppressive heat and humidity. Strong thunderstorms rolled across our area. The storms caused numerous delays at local airports, and a LIPA spokesperson said more than 2,500 customers lost power from the storms. Most of them were in the towns of Herricks, New Hyde Park, and Manhasset. Crews were hoping to have power restored to those homes by midnight. And let's find out if we're out of the woods tonight with these storms. Meteorologist George Wright is at the map with a check on things. Any more thunder and lightning headed our way, George?
No, Erica, the worst is over for the area tonight, but earlier this evening there was a heavy cell moving across northern Nassau County. Lots of thunderstorms earlier this evening up over Connecticut, but now it's a different story. All the storms have moved away and dissipated. A couple of widely scattered showers located over southwestern Connecticut and Nassau County right now. We might see a passing shower overnight tonight, but that's about it. Satellite picture shows a story. Lots of clouds heading our way. It'll be a mostly cloudy day tomorrow with more scattered showers and thunder showers. What fired the storms up today? Cool air crashing down into warm, humid air. Tomorrow, the cool air will be winning out. Temperatures will not get out of the 70s in the afternoon. 93 today over in Teterboro, 91 in Newark. The cool spot, West Hampton this afternoon, 78 degrees. Here's our forecast for tomorrow. Lots of clouds in the morning, 70. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, 75 at noon, 77 degrees on your way back home from work. More weather later in the show.
Thanks, George. Investigators say a can of gasoline was the likely cause of a blaze that killed 3 firefighters over the weekend. Officials say evidence found at the scene supports that the theory was a can which was accidentally knocked over by 2 teenagers who started the fire. Firefighters Harry Ford and John Downing were killed when the building collapsed on them. Firefighter Brian Fahey died in the basement of the building. Funerals will be held on Long Island tomorrow for Ford and Fahey. Downing's funeral will be held in Queens on Friday. It's not a secret that energy and power are in high demand, especially on Long Island. But an energy summit which would incorporate your opinions will be held at the beginning of next month.
This summer, it seems that energy and efficiency go hand in hand on Long Island.
Energy is absolutely essential to our lives. Thank you. And it will be very costly if we have to build a lot of large plants.
The Citizens Advisory Panel is a consumer watchdog group whose mission to find the best energy plan for residents island-wide. Now it seems that everyone from political officials to the Long Island Power Authority is making a conscientious and a collective effort to conserve power.
We're here because we want all of the groups to participate in the discourse. Now the discourse is going to speak about energy conservation, what we need to do to conserve energy in our communities, the various alternatives, the options that we have to conserve.
We need to have those energy generating stations here on Long Island at the right size, in the right place, and at the right time. We appreciate his leadership on this issue. It's an important issue for the present and also for the future of Long Island.
The Public Energy Summit will be held here at Brookhaven Town Hall on July 12th. It'll run all day long. You can address all of your questions to the major players and the experts whose hopes are to design the ideal energy efficient model with you, the consumer, in mind. In Medford, Ji Young-min, News 55.
Bayshore wants to become a village, and today residents in favor of this move joined together on the steps of Islip Town Hall. For Ed Flint, a Bayshore resident for 15 years, being a village benefits the people by putting them in charge of local issues.
Zoning, you have decisions about planning, you have control over highway maintenance, localized issues. You have the opportunity to provide for code enforcers at the local level. You have the opportunity to choose your elected officials in a smaller area.
Becoming a village is a constitutional right as long as state procedure is followed. While village status typically improves services, it comes at a cost, about $250 more in taxes a year per household. Long Island area educators were officially honored today by the New York State Lottery as the Educators of the Week program came to a close.
The New York Lottery officially recognized Long Island area educators today at the 5th Annual Educators of the Week reception. 31 of New York State's teachers and administrators were presented with their awards, and they have a lot to be proud of.
Teaching is rewarding. Each day I'm there with my students. I feel that I'm rewarded, and this is like the icing on the cake.
I'm terribly flattered. I mean, I work with a marvelous group of people, and to be singled out for this particular honor is especially meaningful to me.
Put a lot of hard work in over the years and throughout a year, and it's really nice to be recognized for it. I sometimes think teachers are our unsung heroes.
The educators were all nominated by WLNY-TV viewers as part of an ongoing program to develop public awareness and appreciation for the accomplishments of New York State teachers. And the New York State Lottery was happy to be a part of honoring some of these unsung heroes.
This is a great celebration and recognition of all of WLNY Channel 55's Long Island Educators of the Week. We've gathered them all here together so that they can meet each other and so that we can again recognize the incredible excellence that they demonstrate every day in the classrooms of Long Island.
The Educator of the Week program has now reached 9 cities throughout New York State. And with Long Island pioneering the program, it has honored nearly 300 teachers this year. In Smithtown, Mary Kay Duffy, News 55.
Well, 3 lucky honorees went home with $1,000 worth of computer equipment for their schools as a part of a lottery drawing. Straight ahead for you on News 55, a Texas woman confesses to a horrendous crime, and a graduation ceremony is held at a center in Roosevelt dedicated to children with special needs. The federal government has apparently deserted a civil rights case against the New York City Police Department. The probe was launched 3 years ago amid outrage over the torture of Abner Louima in a police station bathroom. Sources familiar with the case say talks over possible reform suddenly stopped months ago as the Bush administration assumed control of the Justice Department. However, a spokesman for the Civil Rights Division has described the case as ongoing. Suffolk OTB has opened another facility in Hauppauge today, which is sure to provide viewing excitement with its state-of-the-art equipment and bring a smile to the faces of Suffolk County taxpayers.
The new Suffolk OTB is off and running. The Suffolk Regional Off-Track Betting Corporation held its grand opening celebration today of the new Suffolk OTB Racing Forum. The facility features state-of-the-art equipment, which customers are sure to enjoy.
3 very large screens, one 8x10 and 2 6x8, surrounded by 50-inch televisions. We have 108 private betting carols here, a separate smoking facility, and there will be a bar and restaurant.
The Suffolk OTB has for years provided relief for Suffolk County taxpayers, and Suffolk County Executive Robert Gaffney hopes this facility continues to contribute to that bottom line.
It's generated significant revenues. Every year it goes up, and this is a big increase this year. So the money generated by this helps the taxpayers of Suffolk County enormously.
Since its inception, Suffolk OTB has generated over $160 million for Suffolk taxpayers. And with this new facility, that number is sure to rise. In Hauppauge, Mary Kay Duffy, News 55.
A panel discussion on President Bush's faith-based initiatives was held in Hauppauge today. Local Congressman Felix Grucci assisted in bringing a White House spokesperson to Suffolk County, who talked about how the plan will benefit the community.
Dealing with the President's faith-based initiative programs where we can help revive and renew the community spirit and help to promote a better quality of life for our people is a great initiative, and I'm proud to be a member of a team that's helping to bring that to reality.
Bush's faith-based program plans to address issues such as homelessness and hunger by working with nonprofit organizations. It was graduation day, and a very special day today for some pre-K and kindergarten students at the Children's Learning Center at the United Cerebral Palsy Association at Nassau. Now, over 30 children with mostly developmental disabilities will be moving on to schools and integrating with other kids.
Some of the students will be moving into regular kindergarten or first grade classes. Yes, definitely mainstream with typical children in their home school district. Some of the students will then also have the opportunity to be in self-contained classrooms and then at the same time be mainstreamed into with typical children also.
Many proud parents looked on during the highlight of today's ceremony, which was a song from the CLC choir. A shocking discovery for Texas authorities. They say a woman called police to her home and told them she killed her 5 children. According to authorities, they found 4 of the kids' bodies in a bedroom and another in a bathroom. They ranged in age from 6 months to 7 years old. Police believe the children were drowned. The 36-year-old woman is said to be on medication for depression. Her husband, who was also called to the house this morning, is not a suspect. A dramatic rescue caught on police surveillance tape ended safely this weekend after a sheriff's deputy risked his own life to save a suicidal woman. Kansas deputy Robert Burkhead grabbed the woman by her shirt as she jumped off of a 45-foot-high bridge. Burkhead was carried over the edge as well, but managed to hang onto the railing with one hand. Burkhead says he was able to swing the woman over deep water before she lost her grip and fell. Another officer and a civilian were able to bring both the woman and the deputy to safety. Neither were seriously injured. More bloodshed continues to threaten the already shaky U.S. brokered ceasefire in the Mideast. Officials say an Israeli and a Palestinian were killed in the West Bank today. Each side is accusing the other of violating the ceasefire deal. The violence comes as security commanders meet to discuss the implementation of the truce, which took effect last week. When we return, some local kids are a part of a delegation preparing to head to the nation's capital for a worthy cause. Also, a national auto group comes up with a plan aimed at cutting down on the number of fatal car crashes caused by teen drivers. But first, here are tonight's winning lottery numbers. Topping the day's business and financial news on Wall Street today, stocks finished the session higher across the board. The Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed 50.66 to close at 10,647. The Nasdaq Composite Index gained 38.58. Standard & Poor's 500 stock index rose 10.56. And the American Exchange Index was also up 3.58. New York voters should notice some improvements at the polling places during the next election. A statewide task force created by Governor George Pataki recommends a voter's Bill of Rights be posted at each polling location. The Election Modernization Group is also seeking $25 million from the state's budget to help fund the replacement of voting machines. Pataki organized the task force after Florida's contested presidential election. Some improvements are expected to be made by November. Some special kids are on their way to Washington, D.C. to help find a cure for diabetes. The Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation International has selected 200 children nationwide to participate in next week's JDRF Children's Congress 2001. The Children's Congress is aimed at getting more funding to find a cure for type 1 or juvenile diabetes. One of the children representing New York is 5-year-old Nicole Avery of Patchogue, Long Island.
She got picked by writing a letter about how diabetes affects her life. And they picked her, and we're going to go down and ask Congress to support more funding towards a cure so she doesn't have to be on insulin every day.
The Children's Congress will be held from June 24th through June 27th. The young delegates range in age from 2 to 17. Well, being sick is no fun at all, especially if you're a kid. But one new program may soften that reality, where Long Island hospital stays are involved in a new Books on Tape program.
A terrible car accident on Long Island some 29 years ago rendered Stephanie Kahn totally blind when she was only 28 years old. But the accident didn't take away her will to survive and to pass that spirit along to younger patients.
And I was really still thinking as a sighted person. And when I was introduced to a program that was for the blind, it was the talking book program for the blind, I immediately loved the recordings.
Harry tried to argue back, but his words were drowned by a long...
9-year-old Amanda can't really talk because she just had her tonsils removed, but her mom loves the Books on Tape idea.
Not being able to speak and have to stay quiet, she can sit and listen to the tapes and help in her recovery.
Amanda writes that she prefers listening to the Harry Potter Books on Tape series. It's better than TV, adding that he's really nice and funny, but not good-looking enough to be her boyfriend.
Because it keeps the patients in touch with life, but mostly because it really represents a long-standing partnership between Stephanie and South Nassau Community's Hospital.
She'd want me to tell you that her tonsils were almost as big as golf balls.
In Oceanside, Ji Youngmin, News 55.
Well, the House of Representatives late tonight approved the $6.5 billion supplement to the federal budget. The bill included $10 million to help speed up the environmental cleanup at Brookhaven National Labs. Long Island Congressman Felix Grucci lobbied for the funds along with Senator Charles Schumer. The measure needs approval by the Senate and President Bush. Increasing driver education and placing stricter standards on teen drivers may save lives. According to the Automobile Association of America, graduated licensing laws could save more than 400 lives and some $9 billion in the next 10 years. About 80% of states already have at least a partially graduated licensing system in effect. The law includes restrictions on nighttime driving and the number of passengers allowed in a car with a teenage driver. A big day for some little people. Commencement ceremonies for the class of 2001 today took place at the Tudor Time Child Care Learning Center in Glen Cove. Some 36 youngsters ages 4 and 5 years old received their diplomas.
Well, today is graduation of our preschool class, which means these children will be going to kindergarten in the fall. We have 36 children graduating today, and we're very proud of them.
Stern says 135 kids, including some as young as 6 weeks old, go to the center, which has a full-year program. Well, meteorologist George Wright joins us again with a check on the weather, and we had a rough one tonight. It's going to be nasty out again tomorrow, George?
Yes, Erica, more storms in the forecast for tomorrow and probably into the weekend. We had a very warm, very humid day out there today. Tomorrow promises to be a lot cooler, but we'll see scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon and right into the evening hours. And for tonight, well, skies are mostly cloudy, but the heavy thunderstorms have drifted away, and you can see a thin band of clouds extending from eastern Canada out into the Midwest. That's a cold front, and behind that front we'll get into that cooler air. Temperatures tomorrow will not climb out of the upper 70s. Around the area tonight, you can see on that radar, we see scattered showers right along that cold front. Locally, not a lot going on. Just a few scattered showers left over southwestern Connecticut and over into Nassau County. All the heavy storms have drifted on out of here. Temperatures right now on this muggy, mild night are all in the 70s. Skies are mostly cloudy. The relative humidity 67%. Light and variable wind, and our barometer is rising. The cold front hangs around here for tomorrow. An area of low pressure will be tracking along it, and that will give us those scattered showers and thunderstorms. And hey, tomorrow, the first day of summer, starts at 3:38 in the morning. Current temperature right now in Central Park, 76 degrees. The high today, 88, and the low at 70. It was a sunny day, but started out with clouds and showers late in the evening. Mostly cloudy with a shower for tonight. The low temperature 69, and for tomorrow, the first day of summer, a few thunderstorms. It'll be cooler with a high of 78. Here's our 5-day forecast. Scattered showers and thunderstorms here on Friday, 77 degrees, and more of the same here on Saturday, thanks to that front hanging around. Upper 70s on Saturday. We should dry it out a little bit here on Sunday. High on Sunday, 80. Sunny skies for Monday with a high temperature of 78. So keep the umbrella handy the next few days.
What a way to start summer, but hey, there's only room for improvement, right?
That's true.
Thanks, George. Up next in sports, the Yankees battle the Tigers in Motown. Plus, Tiger Woods arrives at the Buick Classic in Harrison. He had a special guest on the course today. CJ Papa has the story as the Westchester Country Club becomes Tigers' feeding ground this week.
Tonight's weather report is brought to you by the New England Energy Efficient Partnership.
Tonight's sports report is brought to you by your New York Chrysler dealers.
CJ Papa's here with all the sports. Well, there was a tiger sighting in Westchester today, and the Yanks sent a rookie on the hill.
Erica, with Andy Pettit on the sidelines, Joe Torre turns to Adrian Hernandez, the 26-year-old Cuban import known as El Duquecito, because his style is so close to the original El Duque, right? To Comerica National Park, bottom one, the rookie gets some help from one of his friends, Derek Jeter, with a beautiful play in front of the birds. You see that? Gets Damon Easley at first. Bottom two, Yanks up 1-0 until now. Little-known Robert Fick takes El Duquecito deep to right field. Monster shot. That starts the Tigers' bat. El Duquecito, 4 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run, 3 strikeouts. Bottom 6 runners on first and second, 1 out. Juan Encarnacion with a bomb of a gapper to right. The triple plates both Fick, and it's so deep that Dean Palmer scores all the way from first. Another tough night for reliever Ramiro Mendoza, and the Yankees lose in Detroit 5-2. If I sound like a broken record, it's not my fault. Blame the Mets, who can't seem to win 4 straight. New York tries again for that magic number. We take you to Shea. The first batter of the game for the Mets. That's Timo Perez. Solo shot. It's 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Same inning, same result. Robin Ventura also takes the Expos starter Javier Vasquez deep to right center. Great start for the Masons. Quickly 2-0, his 15th. Bottom 4 runners on first and third for light-hitting Ray Ordonez, but he gets the job done. The ground ball double play scores Darrell Hamilton. No RBI for Ordonez. It gives the Mets the go-ahead run. They would need it 4-3. That's all Armando Benitez would need. He says sit down to Mike Mordecai. Benitez 13 for 13 in save opportunities. Mets win again, 4-3. We continue our conversation with Mike Milbury. The Islanders GM owns the second overall choice in Saturday's draft. Who will it be? He's not telling just yet.
We're going to try to get a blend of both youth and experience that you know, makes sense for our club. You know, we do have a young team, and yet again, I'm not in a hurry to trade this draft pick, even though we can't expect huge results for a couple of seasons, because it's a great draft pick. It's going to be a terrific player. So we're stepping into it carefully, but you know, with our eyes wide open.
To Major League Lacrosse, the Lizards getting ready for their third game of the young season. Long Island plays host to Boston tomorrow night at EAB Park in Central Islip.
Well, I think you know, turf is fun to play on, but I prefer grass personally. I think it's a great stadium at EAB. I went and took a look at it last week, and I'm just excited to get out there, and I'm sure I'll get some grass stains in the process. But you know, both teams have to play on the same field, so that's the important thing, and we'll just play wherever we have to.
Game time 7:30. Tiger Woods tees it up during a Pro-Am in Westchester, and for one day only, he may not have been the most recognizable man on the course.
And I was very, very proud of the way in which he played and the way he handled himself. And I can't tell you what a kind and generous person Tiger Woods is.
If you could only be the mayor's son for a day, young Andrew Giuliani had the privilege of being Tiger Woods' playing partner, and AG wasn't the only golfer who enjoyed the company of his group.
Oh, we had a good time. Andrew and I we would chit-chat all the way around, and it was fun just to go out there and just hike around and have some fun. And hopefully Andrew enjoyed his time out there. I definitely enjoyed his company. It was kind of fun to have someone close to my age.
The newly formed friendship between Tiger and Andrew helped attract large crowds for the Wednesday Pro-Am, and Dad gave the thumbs up for his son's special day.
He was very, very nice to Andrew. He talked to him quite a bit, gave him a lot of tips. Andrew attempted to give Tiger Woods tips once or twice, but so it was a very, very, very exciting for me. I love this game. It's a beautiful game, and I probably never loved it more than watching it today.
What a thrill for Andrew Giuliani to play with Tiger Woods.
Nothing like having your dad as the mayor of New York City, right?
It certainly helps.
Well, things heat up tomorrow in Westchester as the first round begins.
Well, I tell you, you have to like Tiger Woods every time he enters a tournament. And you know what? They've already sold out for Friday. They've already had to add parking. And this is all because Tiger has shown up and Tiger's playing in this tournament. It's remarkable what he brings to the table. And you know what? He's the favorite every time he plays. And you know what? I'm going to pick him again, all right? I'm going out on a limb here and say Tiger's going to win at Westchester. I mean, he can bomb. It's a long course, and he can just bomb it. And I think he'll do it
Especially after last week. He's got to get his motivation back up.
He's got to get back on the horse. He didn't have a very good U.S. Open, but you know what? Another week, another tournament. I think Tiger should do pretty well this weekend.
Go Tiger in Westchester. Very exciting. Thanks, CJ. And that's it for this edition of News 55. I'm Erica Pearson. Thank you for watching. Your Internet show is next. Good night.
Thousands of people say